Written by the legendary Agatha Christie, And Then There Were None, is widely regarded as one of the greatest mystery novels of all time. First published in 1939, it has sold over 100 million copies worldwide, making it the best-selling crime novel ever written. Known for her masterful storytelling and unmatched twists, Christie draws you into a psychological maze where guilt, justice, and fear collide. In this story, 10 strangers from different walks of life are invited to a remote island under mysterious circumstances. Each one hides a dark secret, a crime they've never been punished for. As they arrive, a chilling nursery rhyme hints at their fates, and one by one, they begin to die. There is no escape, no way off the island, and the killer still among them. In this 6-part video series, I'll guide you through every twist and death in Agatha Christie's most haunting tale. This is And Then There Were None, and by the end of this story, no one may be left standing. You're about to enter a chilling story where justice has no courtroom, and the sentence is death. 10 strangers, each hiding a dark past, are lured to a mysterious island under false pretenses. Cut off from the outside world, they start dying one by one, following the lines of an eerie nursery rhyme. But the killer? Still among them. In this 6-part series, I'll take you through the terrifying unraveling of each character's secrets, suspicions, and fate. This is And Then There Were None. And by the end of this story, no one may be left standing. They were strangers, 10 of them, each with a secret, each invited to a mysterious island off the coast of Devon under different pretenses, and none of them truly aware that their fates were about to intertwine in the deadliest game ever played. This book, And Then There Were None, by Agatha Christie, is one of the most brilliant and chilling crime stories ever written. In this 6-episode series, we will explore how these 10 strangers fall, one by one, with no escape, no help, and no one to trust. You'll witness suspicion grow, alliances form and break, and the line between justice and revenge blur until the very last breath. In this first episode, we'll meet the characters, understand their invitations to Soldier Island, and feel the eerie quiet before the storm. It all begins with a series of letters, telegrams, and messages inviting 8 people from different walks of life to visit an island estate owned by a certain Mr. and Mrs. UN Owen. The guests don't know each other, and each has received a slightly different reason for being summoned. Justice Wargrave, a retired judge, receives a letter from an old acquaintance. Vera Claythorne, a former governess, is offered a secretarial job. Philip Lombard, a mysterious ex-military man, is hired for a job that hints at danger. Miss Emily Brent, a strict religious woman, believes she's going to a relaxing guest house. General MacArthur thinks it's an old friend inviting him to reminisce. Dr. Armstrong, a successful physician, assumes he's been summoned for a professional consultation. Tony Marston, a rich and careless young man, is simply looking for a party. And Mr. Bloor, who arrives under a fake name, claims to be from South Africa, but we quickly suspect he's something else entirely. All of them are curious, suspicious, or excited, but none realize they're walking into a trap. When they arrive at Sticklehaven, a small coastal village, they are taken to the island by boat, along with 2 additional people, Mr. and Mrs. Rogers, the housekeeper and butler. The house is modern, clean, and perfectly maintained. There is no sign of Mr. or Mrs. Owen, but a note says they'll arrive later. Each guest is given a room, and on the wall of every room is a framed nursery rhyme. 10 little soldier boys went out to dine. One choked his little self, and then there were 9. The rhyme continues, each verse eliminating another soldier boy in a grim, almost playful pattern. No one thinks much of it yet, though the poem feels out of place, too innocent, too staged. Dinner that night is pleasant but formal. The group makes small talk, and although everyone is polite, there's an undercurrent of unease. Just as the group settles into the living room after the meal, a strange event shocks them all. A gramophone record begins to play. No one knows who started it. The voice that comes from the speakers is cold and accusing. It names each guest and lists a crime they are allegedly guilty of, crimes they were never punished for. Vera Claythorne is accused of letting a boy drown. Lombard of abandoning native men to die. Wargrave of condemning an innocent man to death. Miss Brent of causing the suicide of a young servant girl. Marston of running over 2 children while speeding. MacArthur of sending a subordinate to his death out of jealousy. Armstrong of killing a patient while drunk. Bloor of perjury that led to an innocent man's prison death. The Rogers couple are accused of letting their former employer die through negligence. Silence follows the recording, broken only by the sound of someone dropping a glass. Marston laughs nervously, calling it a joke, but no one else is laughing. One by one, they start to deny the charges or try to explain them away. Wargrave demands to know who among them brought the recording, but if everyone swears then they had no part in it. Rogers claimed it was left for him to play at a certain time. He didn't know what was on it. Bloor eventually confesses that he is not from South Africa, but a former police inspector hired to keep an eye on the guests. He doesn't say by whom. That night, tension is high as the guests retire to their rooms. Some are shaken, some defiant, and some, like Vera, haunted by memories they thought were buried. The storm outside is growing louder. The island, which had seemed beautiful and remote, now feels isolated and dangerous. There's no way to contact the mainland until the boat returns in a few days. They are alone. In the morning, breakfast is quiet, the conversation forced. As the group gathers, they realize one person is missing, Tony Marston. They find him in the drawing room, slumped over a glass of whiskey, dead. He has choked, seemingly, on the drink, but something about it doesn't feel accidental. His face is oddly contorted. Armstrong confirms, Tony is dead. The group is stunned. The first line of the poem plays in Vera's head. One choked his little self, and then there were 9. No one wants to say it out loud, but the thought is already there. This isn't random. It's planned. And someone among them may be the killer. Later that day, another shock. The house guests discover that one of the 10 little soldier figurines on the dining table is missing. 10 had been there the night before, and now only 9 remain. The connection to the rhyme becomes undeniable. The poem isn't just decoration, it's a prophecy. Wargrave gathers everyone and proposes that they were all brought here under false pretenses by someone calling themselves UN Owen, a play on unknown. The conclusion is chilling. Someone has orchestrated this gathering and intends to punish them for their hidden crimes. And that person must be one of them. The storm cuts off any chance of escape. The boat won't return until the weather clears, and there's no way to signal the mainland. The phone line is dead. The wireless radio in the house is broken or tampered with. Fear begins to spread, not just of the killer, but of each other. No one can be trusted. Old secrets start bubbling to the surface. Glances become suspicious, footsteps feel louder, and everyone becomes a suspect. By nightfall, the once charming mansion feels like a prison. The wind howls outside, and in every room, the guests are left alone with their guilt and their growing fear. They were 10. Now, they are 9. And tomorrow, who knows what the count will be?
We won't keep you waiting. The next episode is coming very soon. So don't forget to subscribe, like, and share this video with your friends. You're just getting started with the mystery.